What's up, YouTube? This is Charles from the Garbroaders. Today I'm going to be showing you my list of ZoroGarb, which took 2 of the top 8 spots in the Anaheim Regionals that happened this weekend. I think it is very strong going forward, a very strong deck overall. Zoroark has always been a dominant force in Expanded, and I think Garbodor is the best variant you can play, at least an attacking variant. Mill is a little bit of a different game. Stuff like Zoroark, Seismitoad, and Zoroark Exodia, people are calling it. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't get it. So yeah, let me just give you the deck, and at the end we'll do a bit of gameplay. We play a 4-4 Zoroark line. The Ram Zorua is not the one you want to be playing in Expanded. I don't have them online. You want to be playing the Paralyzing Gaze one that I believe is from, I think Plasma Freeze? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Some people don't play them because they're expensive. They've definitely dropped in price. They're about like $4 now. They used to be like $10, which is ridiculous for a common card. So I get why people didn't buy them. But in Expanded, I would definitely play 4 of the Paralyzing Gaze Zorua, which, if you don't know, it's 1 colorless. Flip a coin if heads, your opponent's paralyzed. It's Bubble, but on Zorua, which paralyzing is always good. We play 4 Zoroark GX. Trade, very great ability. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. Excellent draw support, because you can chain it with like 3 other Zoroarks. So if you get like 3 Zoroarks in play, or 4, you can draw like a bunch of cards in your turn, plus without even playing a supporter. So you can pretty much hit whatever you need to secure a knockout every turn. We play a 1-2 Garbodor line. Garbodor, if you have a tool attached, shuts off all abilities. We have ways of getting it so that we can use trade, and then our opponent can't use their abilities, like Klefki and Field Blowers and stuff. So it's a great way of giving you access to abilities, but not your opponent. We play a 1-2 line because we play the Ditto, and you're only going to need 1 in a game. So 1-2 is fine. The Trubbish we play is Garbage Collection. Put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck so you can control your top deck. It's not optimal to be attacking with Trub, but if we're going to be using a Trubbish, we may as well use the one that has a viable attack. 2 Giratina, because we play Skyfield. So you put your bench up to 8 with Skyfield, and you can Distortion Door, so you can Battle Compressor Giratinas and Executes into the discard pile, and then you can Distortion Door to fill up your bench to do more Riotous Beating damage. Riotous Beating does 20 for each of your Pokemon in play. Should have gone over that, but that's what it does. And with Skyfield, you hit for like 180, Choice Band 210. It's perfect, it's great. Hitting for a DCE, that much damage is awesome. So you can Distortion Door, do some spread damage, and then when your opponent counters the Stadium, or plays like a Parallel or a Sudowoodo, you can get rid of the Giratinas, and then once you get your bench, once you have access, when you bump their Stadium, or maybe you Garblock, well, not Garblock, because then you can't Distortion Door, but let's say they bump your Stadium, and then you bump it back with a Skyfield, you can then Distortion Door again and keep doing spread damage to just chip away at like larger HP Pokemon. I mentioned Eggs a little bit earlier. Eggs is great. Propagation, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, pop it into your hand. So you no longer have to decide what you want to trade. You can just propagate trade every time, because there's no limit to how many times you can do this, because once it goes in your discard pile and comes back, it becomes a new Pokemon. Sudowoodo is great for the mirror match, because you can roadblock them to 4, and since normally, like, let's say you're playing as like, I don't know, like, well, I guess Lonzo is playing Muck. It's good in the mirror match, and it's also very versatile in other matches. Limiting them to a bench of 4 is always better than having a bench of 5, because let's say they save the spot on a Bridget for next turn to get a Lele or a Shaman, because they don't have a draw supporter hand, you could just roadblock them and now they're stuck. It's a great card. Klefki is used to Garbo Lock for 1 turn. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, discard all cards attached to it, and you can use it as a tool So you can put it onto a Pokemon as a tool card that its effect is like you can't be hit by Mega Evolution Pokemons. There really aren't many Megas except... Does Primal Groudon count as a Mega or a Primal? Someone tell me that in the comments, but it's not going to be relevant. What it is relevant for is locking Garb, because at the end of your opponent's turn, the Klefki gets discarded. So then you have access to your trades, but they didn't for their turn. We play one Resource Management Oranguru for the Wailord matchup, because they have no way of decking us out then. So you can just Resource Management every turn, and eventually they'll deck out, because you can never deck out. The only way I guess they could get us to deck out is if we have exactly 3 cards left and they hit double heads on a what's it called? Handiwork, Team Rocket's Handiwork. That's the only way I can think of. We play 2 Shaman for draw support. Great off of Ultra Ball because you discard cards from your hand and then you can set up, draw until you have 6. Play 2 of those, and we play 2 Lele to search out turn 1 Bridget and also supporters, other supporters. And that should be it for the Pokemon line. To start off, we play 4 Ultra Ball, standard in pretty much every deck. We play 2 Field Blower to get rid of opposing stadiums and tools, always great. And then we also use it to, let's say you attach a Choice Band onto a Garb, and then you can Field Blower it next turn, so you can have your trades, and then reattach a tool. Great there. I've seen people play 3. I've gone back and forth on 3. I can't find the room for the 3rd. We play 2 Battle Compressor to get our eggs in the discard pile early, and our Giratinas, and also we can get supporters in the discard pile, because then we have more outs to them, because we play 3 VS Seeker. VS Seeker says put a supporter card from your discard pile in your hand that's busted. That is absolutely busted. It was very dominant. It was a 4 of in like every deck in standard format, and now it's very prominent and expanded. We play 1 Pokemon Communication. Reveal a Pokemon in your hand, put it on the top of your deck, and then search your deck for a Pokemon and put it in your hand. So this gives us another out to turn 1 Lele and things like Zoroarks and stuff. It's just one more card to help the consistency of the deck. So if, let's say you don't need the Oranguru, you can just put it back on the top, and then you can get a Zoroark or a Garb or any of these Pokemon that are relevant. We'll play 2 Rescue Stretcher over 1 because we need to recycle Klefkis more often. Yeah, so that's why we play 2 over 1. 1 Special Charge to recycle those DCEs because we only play 4 because we only can play 4. So we're going to need a way to recycle them, especially if we're playing against stuff like E-Hammer and stuff that discards from deck like Durant and Team Rocket's Handiwork. And then we play our ace-spec of choice is Dowsing Machine. We don't need Computer Search because we're already playing so much draw support. So, like, the things that we need, we probably already have them in hand. So we play Dowsing Machine to recycle trainers. This is versatile. You can recycle a VS Seeker. Well, actually, it's trainer, not item, so you could just recycle the supporter. It's really nice, especially because you don't even have to discard the cards because you can just discard 2 Propagation Executes. Our stadium of choice is obviously Skyfield because we want to be hitting for as much damage off of Ritis Beating as possible. So we play Skyfield to bump our bench up to 8. And for our supporter line, we play 2 Bridgets. A lot of people play 1. I like 2 because it gives you 1 more out to it. And if you prize 1, Bridget's the optimal supporter on turn 1 most of the time. So you really want to get it, and you don't want to prize it. So you play, there's a 1, and my friend was telling me, there's a 1 in 10 chance that if you draw your hand of 7 and a 1 of you play is not in those cards, you have it's a 1 in 10 chance that it's prized, or a 1 in 9 or something like that. I'm not that great at math. That's pretty not good, because in a best of 3 format, I like a regional. Think of how many games you're playing and how many times you're going to have that Bridget prize. Now, if you bump that count to 2, you're not going to prize it nearly as often. Our main supporter draw is Colress. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. See if this guy field down, you draw 8, plus however many Pokemon they have on your bench, or on their bench. That's a lot of cards. We play 1 Guzma. We only play 1 of these supporters because we can recycle them with VS Seeker and Dowsing. So there's really only need to play 1. We only need to play 1. N is good hand disruption, because if your opponent takes a lot of prizes early, you can just end them to like 2 or 1. N has always been great. Just recently rotated out of standard. We've had it for so long. It has been missed. We play 1 Pokemon Ranger for mainly Seismitoad. Seismitoad ZoroGarb just won the regional by Mr. Busted Jimmy Pendarvis. 3 consecutive regional winner. Congrats to him. I don't know how he does that. Tord won 3 consecutive internets, I guess. But 3 regionals is like, they're so close together. I mean, like, there was like, what, 2 weeks between all of them. That's like crazy. Remove all effects of attacks on each player's Pokemon. That includes his or her Pokemon. We don't play Ranger for... Okay, on each player, and I was confused on the wording of that card. I'm sorry, this is really unprofessional, but that's okay. On each player and his or her Pokemon, yeah, so it does lock up the Toad. I was having, like, a mental, like, I was doing mental loop-to-loops of, like, trying to read that card. So yeah, we play it for mainly Toad because we can Ranger and then VS Secret back, so we can Ranger 4 turns in a row, and by then we've taken all our prizes to win the game. Choice Band, we play Choice Band and bump our damage count to 210 to clean up knockouts and stuff like Buzz, and stuff that has more than 180 HP. We play 2 Floatstone, gives you free retreat, broken tool, probably the best tool ever printed if you ask me. You can just Floatstone stuff that has high retreat cost, so they can't just Guzma stall it. You can also Floatstone onto Garb if you need that permanent Garb lock, and that gives it free retreat, so they can't just Guzma stall it because it has 3 retreat. And then we play 4 DCE to use our attacks. ZoroGarb costs 2 energy, 2 colorless, DCE, perfect. Alright, that's going to be it for ZoroGarb, and we're just going to hop into Expanded Ladder and play some games. Alrighty. I'll try and do my best to kind of explain my thought process of what I'm doing. And if I make any mistakes, that's okay. I'll call it out if I notice them. We might be playing against Durant. Durant would not be fun to play against. Alright, looks like we're gonna go first. This hand is okay. This hand is like, we get the turn 1 Bridget, and we get the, so yeah, we get the turn 1 Bridget, and then next turn we can Lele into a draw supporter. Nothing else though that's kind of pretty linear hands, you know. Oh, Genesect. Oh, this might be, the Genesect mill thing, where it's like you attach to, what's it called? The, Metal Frying Pan, yeah. So Field Blower is going to be really relevant in this matchup. And we prized 3 Zoruas. Yeah, okay, this is the part where we scoop it up, and we go to game 2 in a regional, because that never happens. Wow, okay. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. Yikes. Alright. Call flip. Always call heads. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Always call heads. And they're going to be going first. This could be ZoroGarb, which is an okay matchup. Gotta limit the item usage. So we get turn 1 Bridget from hand. That's another benefit of playing 2. I already mentioned it, but it gives you an out to using it without having to Lele for it, so you get it raw, which is always better. looks like ZoroGarb. Alright. So this matchup, you really want to watch your items. Alright. Also, Righteous Edge is a threat because it can discard special energies, which is annoying because we only play special energies. Yeah, really annoying to deal with. Choice Band, just burning those tools. Maybe gonna see an N of some sort. Looks like he's burning a lot of cards. Parallel, not the greatest. And pass. Yikes. Alright. So, I'm gonna bump it so we get one more Pokemon off of Bridget. We're gonna bridge it for 3 Zoruas. Give us all those attackers, and next turn we get double Zoroark. Alright, pass. Alright, sorry about that. So we're going to Colress, because we don't want to give him a new hand with N. Alright, and then we are going to... So this is where we try and get trade up. So I want to take a knockout on the Strampa so that he doesn't Righteous Edge us. And we get to take 2 prizes and go up an early prize lead. So what I want to do here is I want to trade the least useful card in my hand. A potential thing I could do is I could Ultra Ball and get an Execute so I can start trading that, which is probably what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Guru, maybe? I'm gonna soft lock the Float and I'll get rid of the Oranguru. It's not that relevant in this matchup, and we can stretch it back later. Alright, so we get 3 trades here to fill up our bench and find DCE. So we're gonna trade Egg. I'll bench the Ditto. Also gonna evolve to Garb. Trade an Egg. And I'm going to trade another Egg. Okay, so we didn't find DCE, but what we did get is we can get a communication, get 1 more trade. No, I'm gonna communicate the This is an interesting one. I think I'm gonna communicate the Oranguru. Well, alright, yeah, I'll communicate the Oranguru. And then get a Zoroark. And then I can... what I want to do here is shuffle my deck so that I don't get the Oranguru that I just got. So I'm going to Ultra Ball these 2 and get a... I could get a Tina or I could get a Roadblock. I think I might go for the Klefki, so if he top decks like Lele or something, I can just lock him. I got the DCE. So what I want to do here is, can I fill my bench up? I don't think I can. I think because I got rid of the Oranguru, I cannot. So potential misplay there. I should have got rid of the Zoroark because I can stretch her back the what's it called? The can stretch her back the Oranguru. So yeah, that was probably a mistake. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to just hit him here. I'm going to Wonder Lock. And I'm just going to hit him for this much damage. $120. Alright. The turn definitely could have been better if I hit DCE sooner. But we got 4 Zoroarks in play, so that's a victory. And I'm assuming the bench and pass here. Yeah. So we'll try and end this game quick so we can get on to another. This hasn't been the greatest game. So we're just going to keep trading and hopefully he'll scoop the game up. I might actually want to Guzma the Trub, because the item is a threat. I've played 5 items. I've been trying to watch it a little bit. But I accidentally hit Ritus Beating. Wow. Okay. I'm already ahead by so much, like board state wise, that it's not too relevant. But don't do that when you're playing PTCGO. Just randomly click without thinking. That was bad. Hopefully he will scoop this up quick. So I can show you the A deck more. Okay, so we're gonna roadblock him to limit his bench, and it gives us more Ritus Beating damage. We're going to trade, not Ritus Beating, we're going to trade this. We're going to egg again. Please scoop faster. There we go. Alright. Let's move on to another game. With this deck, hopefully it won't be as terrible as that one. Alright, we're gonna go second on this one. Not optimal, but that's okay. Oh! Letting me go first. Alright, maybe it was a misclick. Who knows? So we're going to start the Zorua. Fairy type. Not sure what that could mean. Xerneas Break. I actually have no idea what this is. So I'm going to Compressor to check what's in my deck first. Compressor 2 eggs. And looks like we prized 1 Tina. That's okay. We've got all our DCEs. We've got our special charge. We've got a we've got the Zoroark hand, so we've got a 3-4 line of Zoroark this game. We've actually got access to a lot of important things this game, which is good. Alright, so we're gonna Lele here, go for a bridge. And set up. Not the ability, just set up our bench. And I'll go for a Trub, or should I go for a... I'll go for a Ditto here. And I'll pass it over. We don't want to propagate too early here, because he could N us and put our propagations back in our deck, which is not where we want them to be. So we put them in the discard pile. We keep them there. The only situation where I could see us propagating early, and then passing, is if we know we're going to get ability locked. So for our next turn, so we can propagate then, so we can have safe trades. Looks like he's playing some kind of Sylveon variant. Guardy. Alright then, some spicy Guardy list. Alright then, we'll take it. So we're going to evolve here. I'm going to bench the Klefki to give us more cards off of Colress. And I'm going to Colress for 9. Alright, looks like we got all of our Zoroarks. That is broke. So, do I evolve into Garb here, or do I evolve into Zoro? I think Abilities aren't going to be that relevant next turn, because he's just going to Magical Ribbon next. He's going to attach, retreat, Magical Ribbon next turn. So I'm going to turn this into a ZoroGarb, and then hopefully get a Trubbish this turn. And I have the Skyfield and DC in hand. So, yeah. So I can propagate. I'll propagation twice. So we get 4 trades. So that is broke. Alright, where are our Trubbishes? Wow, are we seriously going to miss all these Trub? All the outs Trub we have, and we just miss all of them. Yeah, looks like it's going to be that. Alright. So, not the greatest, obviously. So, do I want a Skyfield here, or do I save it? Because I can save it, and then, I can save it because I don't need it this turn, and I don't want to waste it, so it'll just get bumped. So I definitely want to take the knockout this turn. And then, I'm probably going to end next turn, because he's going to Sylveon. So what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to hit into this guy. Alright, so we'll take the knockout here. Dowsing, good price to take. That's what was priced. Alright. Alright, so what does this thing do? As often as you like, you may move. So you can just move your fairies around. That's pretty good. Alright. DCE to the Ralts. Probably going to see a Magical Ribbon here. Unfortunately, no matter what we do, we cannot take knockout on the Sylveon because of their resistance. So even if we have Choice Band full bench, that's only 190. And this is Guardy, so he's probably playing Max Potions and stuff, so it's not going to be that relevant. However, one thing I can do is I can put the damage, I can put 190 on it, and then I can, if he doesn't heal it, I can actually Giratina and knock it out later. And that's also a really good tool for, you can put 180 on a Buzz, and then you can Giratina and then knock out another Buzz in the Buzzwole matchup and skip over Beastring turn. That's another really great thing you can do. So I'm going to attach here. I'm about to end, and I want another energy on board. Skyfield, anything I'm missing, I'm going to keep it in there for now. I can Floatstone something. I don't see the point in doing that right now. I'm just going to end. Yeah, there's nothing I really wanted to Dowsing for. Alright. So I get Ultra Ball, so I get the Trub, which is good. Let's do some eggs and do some trades. I also want to, I probably should have done this before Ultra Ball because I don't want to trade into it. I should have double Propagate and then Ultra Ball for the Trub. There we go. That's okay. Small mistakes, but we all make them. Just simple sequencing stuff. Alright, we're going to Propagate twice. And we are going to trade. Alright. So we have, what can we bench here? So we prized Tina here, so I don't want to use Distortion Door yet. So what I want to do is I think I'm just going to bench the 2 props because he's likely going to bump my field anyway. And then even if he doesn't, I can field blower it and then put another field in play if I get it. So I'm just going to double propagate here. Bench, and I can hit. Anything else I want to do? This is a good thing to get in the habit of before you do something. Look at every card in your hand and say, should I play this turn? And I'm going to say no on it. So I'm going to write a speeding for the 190. And if he doesn't heal the damage, we're looking fine. Fairy Garden bumping our stuff, expected. So we get rid of that, and the Lele. Easy peasy. It's gonna go for another Sylveon. Interesting. Maybe a Sorola this turn into the other Sylveon. Does he have it? Please. Oh. He free retreats with the Fairy Garden, that's right. Oh, perfect. He's putting it on the bench. Just for us to Tina it. I don't think he realizes we play that thing. He's gonna energy transfer. What's he doing? Energy transfer back. Why? Okay, perfect. So we're set up here. So what I want to do here is I want to take a knockout on that and Guzma the Ralts and knock out that too. That's my game plan this turn. That puts us at 2 prizes, then we can take our last prize on the Lele. So I can dowsing, so I have it, so I can dowsing machine, or first I need to, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to dowsing machine for the Skyfield, so I know I have it. Do I trade first? Well, no matter what I want to do, I want to evolve that. Because I can Clefgate this turn. And then don't write his beating. I'm going to trade first, because I can potentially save the S-Spec if I draw into it raw. Trade egg. There's the Guzma, so I don't even have to Lele for it. So I have this play down, which is good. And then use the last trade. See if we get it. Alright, that's okay. So we can just double propagate. Very surprised we didn't hit it off of all that. We can dowsing machine. My hand is getting so big that it's hard to click the cards. Skyfield. Skyfield. There we go. Alright, this is where the spice comes in. So I'm thinking right now, and I think the play is to Guzma first. Well, is it? Because I could put the 10 damage on the Sylveon, which would be good. Or I'm actually just going to put it on the other Ralts. So I want to... No, I think I'm going to Guzma first and put it on the Sylveon. So I'm going to Guzma this guy out. Distortion Door. That and that. Perfect. This game is really showing the power of Tina. And we get the other Tina, which is good, because we can Ultra Ball and put it on to Revenge and do more spread damage. I'm gonna bench the Zorua, and I'm going to bench the, trying to think about this and do it as optimal as possible. I'm going to attach here. I'm going to I'm going to propagate Ultra Ball away propagation, and this guy for, I can put the pseudo in hand. I'll do that. I think I'll roadblock him. This sounds good. Alright. That way so I can take a knockout. I guess, but then the Klefki shuts out the roadblock. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I think this is where I just lock him out for the rest of the game. So I'm going to Garb lock him here. I should have T'd first before I did that. Minor mistake. Yeah, okay. May as well just bench the Sudowoodo. And then Raya's being. So yeah, little sequencing error there, but that's okay. My stance on that is, like, as long as I know I'm doing it, like, as long as I realize, in testing especially, as long as I realize I like the misplay as soon as I make it, then I'm okay. Alright, so he's gonna Candy here. He doesn't have access to Secret Springs, so it's gonna be really hard for him to find the knockout. Computer search might find Field Blower though. And then next turn we have the Via Seeker for Guzma for game. Alright, so he's gonna do that. So off of here we discard the Tina. We discard maybe the Zorua. I'll get rid of the Klefki and I'll get rid of the Zorua. Okay, so I have to Field Blower this because I actually don't have Sky Field right now and I need to find it. I should be able to find it off of this though. So we Field Blower this guy and this guy, I guess. Okay. Then I'm going to, yeah, so I need to find the Skyfield. First, I'm going to check if I have it. As I actually want to Ultra Ball, get a card in my hand so I make sure I don't miss it. Or I could Battle Compressor here, which is what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to Compressor, just making sure it's not in here. Where did that thing go? It appears that our last two prizes were Skyfield. Joy. Alright. So, new plan. We are going to I want to do damage to a GX here. His hand is at 1. I'm Garbo locking him, so he has to have the supporter in hand. I don't play Kukui, so I can't take the knockout on that anyway. Okay, got it. Get rid of that. That's it. This is an interesting situation. I'm going to hit into the Lele here. In fact, oh wait, no, I don't have the Skyfield, never mind. I was thinking of some crazy, like, double Giratina Guzma play, but nope, no Skyfield. That's great. Alright, so I don't want to use all my trades here. I'm just going to use 2. Because then, actually, I'm going to use 1 more. That's it. Alright, that way I don't deck out. Do that. Okay. And then I'm going to verse it. That way I hit with a fresh one. Guzma. going to Guzma the Lele is fine. I will hit with this guy. And then I could put the DCE there. Sure. I will Garbo lock him. I have the field blower in hand for next turn anyway, so it's all good. And then I'll raise beating for non-knockout, sadly. I should have checked for Skyfields. That's the thing I didn't check for at the beginning of the game when I checked all my prizes. Unfortunate. He's going to Guzma out the ZoroGarb. Max Elixir, it's not going to save him. And now he has 0 cards in his hand. He's taking... No, he's not even taking knockout here. Oh, he is, yeah. It's 30 times, okay. I'm not in the right mind. Alright, well, as soon as I drop the Via Seeker, he'll scoop it. So, yeah. And we top deck it too. Seeker, Guzma. Where is it? Oh, there's the... Yeah, he'll scoop. Alright. So that's going to be it for this one. We played 2 games, one of which they bricked, the other of which I think was a little more skillful, especially with the Tina plays. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Garbroaders, and also hit us up on all social media platforms. We have a Discord server, and we have a Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as a Facebook group. So make sure to hit us up on all of those. I will see you in the next video.